Satan, Lucifer, Belial, Leviathan, Samael.
Satanism, as both philosophical and ritualistic framework, often challenges societal norms and traditional religious structures. Women in particular have played significant roles in development, representation, and the practice of Satanism and related traditions, especially in our theistic coven, Magnum Opus. From their presence in historical depictions of rebellion to their modern contributions to satanic organizations, women have been central to the practice and philosophy of Satanism. This episode explores why women are vital to Satanism and the broader implications of their involvement in satanic magic, devil worship, and rituals of empowerment. Historically, women have been associated with rebellion, mystery, and subversion, traits that closely align with our satanic ethos. During the witch trials of the 15th through the 18th centuries, women were often accused of being in league with the devil. These accusations, usually grounded in misogyny and fear, highlighted how women were seen as possessing power that challenged the established religious environment and social order of the time. In these historical narratives, women were depicted as witches, alchemists, and healers, figures who wielded forbidden knowledge and power. Established religion's portrayal of women as agents of Satan inadvertently solidified the connection between the Mademoiselle and her rebellion against oppressive structures. Modern Satanism reclaims this imagery, celebrating women as powerful, independent individuals. Modern satanic organizations emphasize equality and individualism, principles that resonate strongly with feminist ideals. Women in these organizations have risen to prominent roles, shaping the direction and philosophy of contemporary Satanism. For instance, figures like Zena Schreck, formerly associated with the Church of Satan, has been influential in spreading satanic ideas. Women's leadership in satanic circles underscores their importance in challenging patriarchal norms and redefining spiritual authority. These organizations often advocate for bodily autonomy, gender equality, and freedom of expression, making them appealing to women seeking liberation from the traditional religious constraints. Satanic magic, a form of ritualistic practice aimed at empowerment and manifestation, often emphasizes the practitioner's will and intent. Women historically marginalized in many mainstream religious traditions find a platform for self-expression and empowerment within satanic magic. Rituals involving devil worship often position women as central figures due to their symbolic association with life, mystery, and sensuality. In such rituals, women may take on roles as priestesses or conduits of energy, invoking the presence of Satan or demons. These rituals often serve as acts of defiance against traditional religious environments, celebrating independence and carnal knowledge. In rituals, women often embody archetypes of power, sensuality, and wisdom. These archetypes challenge conventional notions by embracing traits that are traditionally suppressed, such as assertiveness, dominance, and human sexuality. Satanic rituals frequently include symbolic elements that highlight the duality of creation and destruction, roles that women have historically been associated with in various cultures. Satanism often draws upon imagery to convey its philosophical ideas. In this context, some of the women seen as embodiments of liberation, wisdom, and strength include Lilith. Lilith is portrayed as Adam's first wife, who refused to submit to him, choosing exile over subservience. In Satanic philosophy, Lilith represents independence, sexual freedom, and rebellion against the patriarchal authority. The witch symbolizes knowledge, power, and defiance. She is a figure of empowerment, challenging societal norms and embracing her individuality. Often solitary in nature and practice, the Satanic witch's path is one of enlightenment and limitless magical potential. The Dark Mother combines nurturing and destruction, embodying the cycles of life and death. She often represents the balance of opposites, a concept central to many occult traditions. The Temptress is an archetype that reclaims the idea of women as sources of desire and power. Rather than feeling ashamed for their sexuality and desires, women in Satanism celebrate it as a form of liberation. Rituals in Satanism often serve as a means of spiritual, psychological, and emotional empowerment. Women who participate in these rituals find opportunities to reclaim their autonomy and assert their desires. The use of symbols such as the inverted pentagram, inverted crucifix, candles, and sigils creates a space where practitioners can confront and transcend societal limitations. These rituals often emphasize sensuality and the body as a source of satanic power. In a society that frequently polices women's bodies, Satanic practices provide a framework for women to reclaim their physical and spiritual autonomy by celebrating attributes traditionally vilified, such as ambition, sexuality, and defiance. These rituals empower women to embrace their authentic selves. In devil worship, rituals may involve invocations, sacrifices, symbolic or literal, and the use of chants and spells to invoke the presence of Satanas. Women often lead or play significant roles in these ceremonies, using their voices and movements to build, channel, and release energy while also setting seductive and enchanting tones for rituals. Such practices highlight the connection between the physical and the spiritual, drawing upon the ancients and the association of women as mediators between the physical and supernatural realm. Modern Satanism is often intertwined with social and political activism. Women within satanic organizations have been at the forefront of campaigns advocating for reproductive rights and gender equality. This activism underscores the importance of women in Satanism as not only practitioners, but also agents of modern change. By challenging oppressive systems and advocating for individual freedoms, women in Satanism embody the philosophy's core principles. Additionally, their work in public education and outreach helps to demystify Satanism and promote its values of autonomy and critical thinking, central precepts common to our satanic path. Popular culture has long associated women with satanic imagery, often portraying them as powerful and seductive figures. Film, literature, and art frequently depict women as witches, priestesses, or consorts of the devil. While these portrayals can sometimes reinforce established stereotypes, they also highlight the enduring fascination with the idea of power and rebellion many women characterize. Modern satanic practitioners often embrace these representations, using them as symbols of empowerment. By reclaiming imagery that has been used to demonize women, Satanism turns these depictions into sources of pride and strength. Women who engage with satanic magic and rituals often draw inspiration from these cultural portrayals, finding ways to incorporate them into their personal satanic practices. In my opinion, one of the challenges women face in Satanism is combating societal misconceptions. Popular culture often portrays Satanism as male-dominated or misogynistic, focusing on false depictions of satanic rituals and demeaning treatment of women as objects instead of equal coven members. In reality, Satanism's emphasis on equality and individuality creates a space where women can in fact thrive. Our coven, Magnum Opus, actively works to dispel these myths, using education through messages much like this video that you are watching to highlight the philosophical and empowering aspects of women in satanic practice. By doing so, we hope to reshape public perception and create a better understanding of Satanism. We also work to counter the narrative that Satanism is inherently vile or evil, emphasizing focus on personal growth, empowerment, and liberation from stigma, social norms, and established religion. Women are integral to Satanism and its practices, serving as leaders, practitioners, and symbols of empowerment. Their roles challenging traditional norms reclaim free will and contribute to the philosophy's emphasis on individual freedom and rebellion against oppressive religious structures such as Zionism. Through the participation of women in rituals, advocacy, and leadership, women in Satanism exemplify the transformative power of embracing one's authentic self along the journey to self-determination. By reclaiming archetypes, challenging societal limitations, and advocating for change, women continue to shape the evolution of Satanism worldwide and its place in our modern culture. Their importance to theistic Satanism lies not only in their contributions to ritual, philosophy, and advocacy, but also in their ability to inspire others to question, rebel, and pursue their own volition. Whether through devil worship, satanic magic, or activism, women remain central to the ongoing transformation and growth of Satanism as philosophy, lifestyle, and practice. This video is dedicated to the women of our Magnum Opus Coven. If you are not a member of our Patreon, why? There are over 400 posts, audiobooks, and a full community of like-minded individuals. Come and join our community. You will be glad you did. Until next time, this has been Aleister Nacht. Ave Satanas.